No bad vibes. No bad vibes. Don't come around with that energy. They once right, they more family than some kin to me. They show me love, still watch out for my enemies. Leveled up to the max, but I ain't hit my peak. Money in the world in my hands. 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 Money in the world in my hands.
Oh my goodness!
I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? I ain't gotta say much. You shouldn't have to say much. Stay down so you came up, then came down and stayed up all night to the morning. Baggy eyes and you yawning, but the money keeps on calling, and we ain't about to ignore it, no. You go, you go, you go, till you got anything, give you some more. Like you on a hockey team, here come goes. Money coming fast while you sipping slow. And me, I'm so past words, I just hit the code. Nothing funny, being broke is a joke. Get into it like it's all a nigga know. Mad I'm busy, but matter if I was broke. Yeah. And I show, so I ain't gotta say much. And you shouldn't have to say much. I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? What is going on? Sorry, I was trying to multitask. What's going on, everybody? I know I try to get a lot of information out here, but there's a lot of people out here who say it better. Want to share a video with somebody who I just love. And basically, people hear stuff like this, they feel like, oh yeah, you crazy or you tripping and all this extra, BS. When in reality, this ish is real. I mean, this stuff is really, really real. It's not nonsense, and it only seems as if it's nonsense because of the fact that people it's so unheard. So people think that this is nonsense. I mean, so I'm gonna share with y'all, and I love her. She is pretty dope. A lot of things that I kind of grew up and, started coming to some realizations as I grew and became, came into this new light of mine. Man, she's put a lot of that into perspective for me. So I feel like now, like, I'm not crazy. So I'm fully aware of that. So I'll get into it. I'll most likely stop and whatnot all throughout the video because I don't mind looking up a few things for people to understand. So that I can do. And forgive my bubble. I don't know why. YouTube. I'm just really confused on that
Facebook
part.
Page is hacked and they're stealing my content
On why?
So for anybody who's on Facebook watching this right now on YouTube, this page is hacked.
I'm real confused on why my stuff looks like that.
All right, y'all. I have to start this video off like this because, as y'all know, my Facebook page is hacked and they're stealing my content off of YouTube. So, for anybody who's on Facebook watching this right now on YouTube, this page is hacked. I just got a question. Are y'all tired yet?
You got somewhere! Do not put that in my face. You got somewhere going on my property. Is it really going to do that?
Can you imagine fighting for a country going to the army that did so many heinous crimes to your ancestors? Can you imagine being in a country where you have no knowledge of your ancestry or your roots of your bloodline? And the great grandchildren of the people who did this to your ancestors still look at you like you're not even a person, even though you did fight to protect and serve this wonderful country. When they look at you, especially with the slave patrol badges, they can't even see your pain. The same way they looked at our ancestors who were crying and begging for their children not to be separated from them. It just seems very soulless. Can you imagine losing your legs for a country that has done so many racially heinous things to your ancestors, your peers that look like you, and you still decide to fight for them, but you still get treated like a criminal with a knee in your back? I'm going to say this to you guys as politely and respectfully as I can. I want y'all to understand that when you're talking to police officers, when you're trying to explain to them what's going on and they're not trying to hear it, there are people walking around with lifeless eyes like they don't care. The same amount of lifelessness and care that it took for them to be able to separate kids from their families and not be looked at as human beings, the same facial expression that these officers give today. It's like, can you please just listen to me? Can you care about how I feel? I need everybody to realize that you're not going to get that from eyes like this. I hope that everybody can learn from his experience because I'm truly, truly over this. Nobody should be treated like that, especially if you're in a wheelchair, because of the country that you fought for. When you see people with lifeless eyes, they'll have like a glassy look in their eyes. Just know screaming, crying, trying to emphasize how you feel and what's going on is not processing through their cerebrum. Y'all stay dangerous. Let's bring back the Black Panther Party. If y'all would like to see my uncensored feelings about this situation, go to my YouTube. Okay, now that you're here, I'm gonna let y'all in on something. If y'all didn't know, I wanted to be in the army. I wanted to learn how to shoot guns, fight, jump out of planes. Because honestly, I've literally been ready for war ever since I was like 7. Ready to fight, ready to take back this planet the way it should have been. Because everybody just sitting on their couch watching TV. While these motherfuckers is literally reaping the benefits. Need y'all to realize that we are literal prisoners of war. They just got everything all fancy to make us comfortable enough to think that everything is okay. But the one thing that always held me back from joining the army, because like I said, I'm ready for war, is that I couldn't respect the American flag, this country, none of that. I make it very, very mandatory to understand everything that I do to a T. That's why I am the way I am now, because I do my research. I actually think before I do things. Couldn't just sit here and just be like, yes, Sergeant, look at me. As a kid, I didn't even.
See, I had that exact same problem. And with me homeschooling my daughter, there's a lot of things that I just absolutely will not teach her because I know they're lies. So I don't teach her a lot of that mess. Me as a kid, I didn't like the national anthem. I didn't like the Pledge of Allegiance. I didn't like any of that. It didn't feel right. And the older I got, I protested it even more because of the fact that if you actually pay attention to the words that you're saying, none of that really exists in our life. So it just wasn't right. So I completely understand that. I've even told my kids, before I was fully against sending kids to school, that that's not mandatory for you. That has nothing to do. The Pledge of Allegiance has nothing to do with you. So don't pledge allegiance to anything that has nothing to do to you, nothing to do with you. I mean, if that's what you feel like you have to do, you need to let me know because that's not mandatory and that has nothing to do with you. I'm totally against it. I always will be. I don't do that, sir, ma'am. I don't do any of that because the way that we are treated, you do not deserve that proper respect. Doesn't matter who you are and what position you're in. For me, you don't deserve that because I've been able to live life as in a big lie. And even if everybody does not know the truth, I know. And due to the fact that you are acting on, whatever this is in life, I can't respect you because this is not right. And this is why I never really excelled in the corporate world. When it came to jobs, I just cannot. I can't. I mean, I can't. I'm not going to let people treat me any kind of way. And I just want to let that happen. Never will.
I didn't even stand up or ever say, I actually got sent to the office for that a lot of times. My views is, honestly, we shouldn't even be involving or indoctrinating, signing ourselves up, fighting for this country. We should be fighting for ourselves. We should be recreating the Black Panther Party. But because everybody is so docile to everything that the society has created, y'all don't find it important to make all of this happen. But then y'all...
Before I come to continue that is a major word. I'm one of those people who looks at keywords a lot. And I'm going to say this now. Keywords. Words in general mean everything. So, I got so much going on right here. When she says everybody is so docile, that's a word that I will definitely explain, because if you just think about it, look at all the words that come with DOC. We live in a world of acronyms, literally. Acronyms control everything. Easily taught. Amendable, biddable, compliant, conformable, law-abiding, obedient, submissive, and tractable. So that's what docile means. And I can tell you now, yeah, that word, that's what you are. Right there. Brainwash is the other word. Easily fooled, easily bamboozled. I was one. Ain't been for a long time, so.
Y'all want to get angry when stuff like this happens. So what y'all gonna do?
That's the question I ask all the time. Everybody get mad. All situations, like with your kids being taken from you, or incidents at schools, or having to deal with the police. Y'all, you don't have to have this. These are things that they want you to do so that you can obey them. Who said you had to have a master, and then this master has many little mini shit masters? I mean, who says that you had to have all that? You don't. You absolutely do not. You don't have to, the school, they don't teach you what's in school. You know, the things that you need to learn to live a proper life. You have to live in the society that they created for you and that they want to run you under. Not the society that you feel like is right or need to live in or want to live in. You basically have no choice, but there's ways out of it. It's a long process, but there's ways out of it. But you don't have to have these police. You don't have to have them. We don't need them. People think we need them, but we do not.
Here we go.
I never believe women are safe in any religion, because majority of it is written by men and catered to a man's fantasy.
Here are the things that have bothered me throughout the entire world of what women have been through. Did you know there's a thing called a scold's brittle? Now, this is how they treated their women before, slavery. In medieval times, on how they treated their women. There was a torture device called the Ripper. A woman who was condemned as a witch, adulteress, or a blasphemer may have thy ripped off. The amounts of gruesome contraptions that medieval people created. The thumb screw, the breaking wheel. The torturer takes hammer and proceeds to smash different parts of the limbs while the wheel is spinning. Okay, I'm just going
to stop right there real quick. And this is why I say, and this is my true belief, that before men were really created, women ruled a lot of things. So, yeah, tell me I'm wrong. That all fine and dandy, but women were very powerful. I mean, they can do a lot. They can bear a lot. So, it's just like, we created in this male and this changed chromosome. type BS that I feel like man-made. We're to be feared. Women are to be feared, and that's what happens. And this is why I had made a post that I didn't like the fact that we said amen or amen, because men, rules everything, and that's not right. There's some dumb asshole still stuck up somewhere, still ruling this shit with an iron fist.
Let's just continue. Female prisoners who are virgins must be assaulted before execution to prevent them from entering heaven. Now, I had to look this up because this couldn't be real. Organized assault of virgin girls awaiting execution. 223 women. 15% were under 18 years old. It gets worse. Now, I didn't even know this was happening around the world, but there's this thing called FGM. Just look it up, okay? I don't even know if I can explain it on here. It is carried out between infancy and the age 15 of women.
If Fatima does not pass through this rite, she will be considered unclean and face rejection in her village. She will not be able to get married, and when she dies, she will not be allowed to be buried with her ancestors. Her close relatives will not even be allowed to mourn her upon her passing.
I literally have no words. And we got the main slain, which is the reason why women are damned for eternity, who experience menstrual cycles because we ate an apple and we cursed all of humanity. The fight.
I'm gonna say this one more again. That's bullshit. Eve ate the goddamn apple and now we all fucking cursed. That's bullshit. The idiot who wrote that shit is the motherfucker who cursed humanity. Stupid ass apple eating, cursed everybody. Fuck.
Fights between the masculine and the feminine needs to stop. Seriously. I hope y'all got a little insight of what's going on. Y'all stay dangerous and protect y'all goddesses.
Deep down in my heart, I'm ethnocentric, which means I think my race is the superior one. Let me finish.
Hold on, I seen this bullshit. I seen it a couple of weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. That shit irritated me. And as a matter of fact, I did post it because I had a lot to say about it. And I really hate the fact that people still sending their kids to school. I share my kids, so my kids are older for one. And I share them with their dad. So, for them, they feel like, school is still what it should be. And I didn't finish school, so I fucking hated it. And I didn't learn too much shit. And I didn't start learning until I was in my mid-20s probably. I want to say mid-20s, one in my late 30s where I really started learning. So, learning about shit that I should have learned in school. But I really fear every day my kids going to school. My boys, I fear it every day. And then I'm so glad that the high school, they are very prompt with everything. But having to see so many emails, school just started in August, to see so many emails and text messages over lockdowns, over all these type of situations, even the practice ones, it's so alarming and it's very stressful. So I do hate it, but they feel that's what's best. So yeah, but that shit pissed me off. I would have been wanting to fuck him up. And this is Lord.
I think everybody thinks that. They're just not honest about it.
Hey, I'm not racist.
I think everybody's a racist at that level.
No, you said you are racist.
I did. I'm trying to be honest. No, I'm not saying it again.
And this is why me and Martin got beef. For my protection, again, this video is not real. He said deep down within his heart, you never know what somebody got going on inside of their brain. But at the end of the day, it's not like they didn't tell us or express how they feel. Because Nancy is fighting for her life to be separated from non-ether beings. Y'all gotta realize that these are the grandchildren and children of the beings who were walking around terrorizing 6-year-old black kids who just want to go to school, showing the non-ether babies that they gonna end up in the coffin. Martin, do you see the future? Now, I know you knew what the agenda was about you integrating us into a burning house. I know you tried to stop, but you was even connected with Malcolm X and seeing what he was talking about before they just assassinated you. Now we know that the foundation of the school system is for a nation of workers, not for a nation of thinkers. Now, when kids go to school, they're not learning how to survive or financial literacy or how to believe in themselves, especially the non-ether beings. You don't get taught your true history. Everything is.
There's my point right there. You don't learn shit in school. You just need to learn how to read and write and count. All the other shit I still ain't used in my everyday life. Plus, I was taught how to solve problems from home at school. Because when you follow the school's rules, you get in trouble at home. And I wouldn't want to get my ass whooped.
Everything is whitewashed. Kids are getting fed mystery meat. The food pyramid is a lie. Your kids are not being taught human rights or laws. I can go on and on why the school system is not right. But Martin, you had to see this coming. You never know.
And here's another thing about the school system. They make you buy school supplies. They make you buy uniforms for your kids. They make you pay for school lunches. Here's the thing. When you give them a copy of your child's birth certificate, you give them your child's social security card and social security number. And I've already talked about this, and I'll keep talking about it till everybody understands. If you start going to these law sites and reading these laws, what a credit card is a social security card, any type of card that is used to obtain any kind of credit or identify you. That's a credit card. So basically, you're giving them your kids' credit cards, and they're accessing your kids' credit and account, well, your lifetime trust account. And I hate to say that, but it is what it is. They can take money out of this account as much as they want to, as long as they want to. Yet, not only that, they get money for your kids to attend school. This is why they don't care about the kids going to school being sick in a goddamn pandemic. Because they want that extra money, those incentives. So people out here buying school supplies, buying all this expensive shit every single year when you giving them access to your own kids' money.
Never know who is teaching your children what's going on inside of their prejudiced mind. All I want for Christmas is a clean white school. Well, you know, Tommy, all I want for Christmas is for y'all to do just a little bit of research on the origins of where everybody on this planet came from. And I'm not talking about them history books. I'm talking about clear, genetic, scientific evidence. Get your kids out of the school system. That's all I'm saying. I get it. I know that the way America is right now, that you have to go to work and you have to pay your bills. And school is the modern day free taxable daycare. But y'all should not be surprised about seeing stuff like this in the school system. They're everywhere. And you can't tell who's good, who's not racist, who's racist or not. Like, people gonna feel how they feel at the end of the day. Martin, I'm gonna need you to reincarnate back here and fix this. Y'all stay dangerous. Now, I got more to say, but this account one got my nerves be shaky. Oh, crap. Here I go again. Today, we're going to talk about the school system. I know y'all, I'm getting to it. I'm closing the blinds.
I want to say something about what I just see in the background, the teeth brushing. They start to introduce our kids to fluoride, which damages your brain and your fucking body. So now I don't even buy toothpaste that has fluoride in it at all for mine. And I think that's why a lot of kids have so many problems, and your teeth end up decaying and doing all this craziness. It's all because of that shit.
You adults tell your kids to stay a child for as long as possible, and it doesn't last forever. So apparently they can get ready for life. So you send them to school for 12 years, where they get programmed to work a 9 to 5. Where they get told to follow the law even though they don't teach you about your rights. Learn how to obey something someone's telling you to do. And learn how to become a worker. Stand in line. You can only leave class when the bell rings. And if you don't follow these rules, you go to detention or get suspended. Doesn't that sound like what y'all adults are doing? The life that y'all living? Doesn't it sound like it? I'm finna mess y'all brain up with this one. Y'all remember the movie Incredibles? Y'all remember how his boss used to talk to him crazy? He hated his job. He hated the domestic life, the system, and everything. His kids had superpowers and they could never use them. They had to hide them.
Didn't
Y'all
we?
remember this scene?
So now we've got to go back to never using our power. It defines who I am.
Didn't do anything wrong.
Superheroes are illegal. Whether it's fair or not, that's the law.
The law should be fair. What are we teaching our kids?
To respect the law.
Even when the law is disrespectful?
If laws are unjust, there are laws to change.
So they kids couldn't really be who they wanted to be. But I'm gonna just leave it at that. Y'all be safe.
Man. So that's what it is. Yeah. Some crazy-ish. Crazy. Oh, excuse me. So, yep, I will be back again with another video to share. Because I got a lot of shit to say, so that's what that is. Alrighty.
No bad vibes. No bad vibes. Don't come around with that energy. They once right, they more family than some kin to me. They show me love, still watch out for my enemies. Leveled up to the max, but I ain't my peak. Money in the world in my hands. 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 Money in the world in my hands.
Oh my goodness!
I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. So it like, what more can I say? I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. So it like, what more can I say?
I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? I see you doing your thing. Everything they say you can't. You got it going your way. Show it like, what more can I say? I ain't gotta say much. You shouldn't have to say much. Stay down so you came up. Then came down and stayed up all night till the morning. Baggy eyes and you yawning, but the money keeps on calling, and we ain't about to ignore it, no. You go till you got anything, then you some more. Like you on a hockey team, here them goes. Money coming fast while you sipping slow. And me, I'm so past words, I just hit the code. Nothing funny, being broke is a joke. Get into it like it's all a nigga know. Mad I'm busy, but matter if I was broke. Yeah. And I show, so I ain't gotta say much. And you shouldn't have to say much.
I see you doing your thing.